I'm Allendale's chief meteorologist Ryan Martin with a look at your midday weather update. Big topic of discussion so far today has been the cold air blasting in across the middle of the country. But you know what? I think it's even more interesting where the warm air is setting up. Earlier today, you had a frontal boundary analyzed all the way down through southern parts of Oklahoma, a cold front. And if you kind of looked at where the high pressure, the approaching high pressure dome was, you could extend that cold front on up through the Ohio River Valley and up into parts of New England. But the back part of that front, the western side, it was still a cold front all the way up into southern parts of Montana. Well, from there to now, the time frame over the past 4 to 6 hours, we've actually seen that warm front expand from Montana all the way down to the Oklahoma Panhandle. So there's some warm air that's starting to push east and north into the plains. A significant warm up there. It will not be able to work its way all the way into the Great Lakes and Corn Belt. We're looking at cold air sticking around for a while. Still working on some record low maximum temperatures on the day today over Indiana, parts of Ohio, parts of Illinois, and we're going to be seeing temperatures only a few degrees better tomorrow than today. We should see a nice bump, 10 degrees or so, maybe more as we go into Sunday, and then next week temperatures are going to be back in the 40s, 50s, but still, when you look at them compared to normal, I'm looking for us to be a good 3 to 5, 7 degrees below normal all the way through next week. We've got some moisture that will move through on Monday, moisture that moves through late Wednesday into Thursday, moisture on Friday, moisture the following weekend, Saturday. There's plenty of action coming through over the next week to week and a half. However, I have seen via social media some people talking about massive rains. Somebody even said 10 to 15 inches of rain in East Texas. Now, let me tell you something. I think there's going to be some moisture around, no doubt about it. But 10 to 15 inches of rain, East Texas, the lower delta, between now and the 10th of April, that'd be averaging about an inch of rain a day. Now, I know that it could happen. Well, of course, anything could happen. But I'll tell you, that's a little bit over the top. That, to me, is a little bit of a tweet or a little bit of information that probably should not have been put out there. I'm looking for on-again, off-again moisture across the lower delta, deep south over the next week or so, enough that it probably will continue to delay planting. But 10 to 15 inches of rain, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We'll be watching very closely to see how we move forward. I actually think that the biggest system coming through might be the one that comes in either Easter weekend or then right after, Monday, Tuesday after Easter weekend. Those two systems right there look like they could have some serious moisture potential, but even those are not over the top, okay? It's not something that really is going to be, massively flooding in terms of problematic. So that's what we look here. Cold air, definitely the name of the ball game. I look for us to be cold through most of the month of April. Latest check of features that I looked at says that we could be looking at temperatures probably 5 to 7 degrees below normal through most of April. Even when we do warm back up, we're not going to go back up above normal by very much. I'm seeing temperatures, minimums, down in the mid-30s across a good part of the Corn Belt all the way out through April 20th through the 25th. There's some chilly air out there, and that could be problematic. As we move into international forecast areas, not a lot of change here. Still seeing some moisture around in Brazil. On again, off again, inch to 2 inch totals over the next 10 days. You know what? Honestly, that Brazil pattern hasn't changed. Heavy moisture, northern Argentina into extreme southern Brazil, especially as we go into next week. Some warm air there. Looking at moisture in Australia, no changes in that. As a matter of fact, as we go through the next couple of days, I'm going to watch to see whether the European model especially tacks more rain onto the 10-day forecast window. That would be a great news item there. So far, it's been kind of trending that way, and we'll see if we can get more moisture to move out of Eastern Europe. But right now, it looks like the bulk of the focus is going to be here on the United States with regard to planting down south and any inkling of when we're going to be able to get in the fields up north in the Corn Belt. Right now, I don't have that inkling just yet. That's the way things are stacking up. If you've got any questions on the weather, give us a call at Allendale. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin.